Hi everyone and welcome to my channel. I'm Luke and here on this channel I talk about vintage classic, affordable designer fragrances in a bit of an unconventional way, I would say. So if that's something that tickles your fancy, please stick around. In this video I want to show you a couple of fragrances that I haven't been reaching for lately for one reason or another, but these deserve a bit more love. These deserve to be talked about because they're classics, they're timeless classics, and they're amazing, but for one reason or another I haven't been wearing them. Some I absolutely love, some I don't like anymore, but I'll explain as we go along. So the first one is an absolute favourite of mine. This is Dune by Dior. This came out in the early 90s. It's a timeless classic. It was created by 3 perfumers. Dominique Copion was one of them, and it's an absolute classic. And this scent, this for me is the scent that I reserve for special occasions, special moments, when I want to reflect and reminisce. It's a scent of melancholy, reflection. It's a scent that takes you to a different universe. And for that reason, I haven't been wearing it a lot lately because honestly, I've been avoiding some thoughts. Let's just keep it at that. You know, sometimes you go through different periods in your life and sometimes you want to reflect and sometimes it's best not to reflect. It's best to just live in the moment, take one day at a time, and maybe not, as I said, not reflect too much and maybe avoid things. But nostalgia can be soothing, but it can also be very stressful, if you know what I mean. But not to get too... What a great way to start a video, really. But not to get too philosophical, let's move on to the next fragrance. The next fragrance is Ciara from the house of Revlon, and this was released back in the 70s. It's an absolute classic, and this to me is a very heavy incense fragrance. It's absolutely bonkers how heavy this fragrance is. You can't wear this in the spring and summer. I wouldn't even dare to spray this in the summer. And I'm not someone who shies away from orientals in the summer and heavier fragrances. I wear my heavier fragrances year round, but this one is just so heavy that I can't seem to enjoy it. I love the scent when I smell it, but I can't wear this. It's way too strong. I loved it when I got it. I still love the scent, but I can only make this work in the autumn and winter. It's just so incredibly strong, and this only costs about 10 euros or pounds. This is very, very cheap. I should be saying affordable, right? So this is an affordable fragrance. Highly recommended. Ciara by Revlon. The next fragrance is Tocade from the house of Rochas, and I do actually really love this fragrance, but I'm not wearing it. I need to wear it more. The bottle is so awkward that I just keep it somewhere in the back of my perfume wardrobe. I do have a couple of shelves in my actual wardrobe, and I keep it in the back and I don't see it and I don't wear it, and that needs to change because this is a beautiful fragrance. This is a vanilla rose fragrance, but make it very 90s, very a bit plasticky smelling, slightly aromatic and green in the opening, but very, very sweet in the dry down, almost gourmand, so gourmand leaning, but not gourmand. This is a vanilla fragrance. I do suggest that you leave your bottle when you get it for a few months to macerate. When I got this, I didn't like it as much as I like it now, and I got it about a year ago. So that's Tocade from Rochas, and this one will get a bit more wear from me. Definitely. I really enjoy it. I just sprayed it on my hand, and I absolutely love it. This next one is Venezia from Biagiotti. Let me try my Italian accent. And I've got to say, I don't wear this one because it's a unicorn. You know, this bottle, this little 10 milliliter bottle will set you back around 100 euros on eBay. Yes, it's incredibly expensive. It's crazy, really. I wouldn't pay that kind of money. I got this in a lot for very, very little money. So I was really lucky. The person who was selling this had no clue what they were selling. And I got my hands on this beautiful bottle from the 90s. This is a vintage bottle and it smells absolutely divine. This is a spicy, fruity, ambery, vanilla fragrance. It's oriental, it's rich, but also sweet and fruity and floral, and it's just your typical vintage fragrance from the 90s. I absolutely love the scent, but I'm cherishing it. I don't even know when I'm going to wear this. I usually just spray one spray on my hand and enjoy it. And it is beast mode, so one spray is all I need. But for a proper wear, I don't know. I'm just saving it. I know that's silly, but I just don't want to run out. I don't want to ever run out because it's such a great fragrance. So Venezia by Laura Biagiotti. The next fragrance is Timeless from Avon, and this was actually gifted to me by a friend who lives across the pond all the way to America. She lives in Arizona. Her name is Leah. You probably see her in the comments all the time if you watch my videos. But I just don't wear this fragrance enough. I haven't worn it in months. And I'll tell you why. First of all, I don't want to run out because it's very special to me, as it was gifted to me by a very special friend. And the second reason is probably that this is not a fragrance that's easy to wear. And this is not one of those fragrances that you wear a lot, unless it's your signature scent. I have other Chypres from the 70s and 80s that I prefer to this. So this one always kind of takes a back seat. I also don't have it on my main shelf, so I don't see it. Maybe I need to put it on my main shelf so I can see it. As you know, out of sight, out of mind. You know what they say, and it's true. If you don't see your collection, you're not going to use it. So that's Timeless by Avon. We have 3 more to go, and the next one is Jovan Musk. This is not the original. This is Jovan Musk oil, but to my nose, this smells exactly like the original. And while I do like it, again, this is not the type of fragrance that I reach for every day. Why? Because it's incredibly soapy. I like musky fragrances, but I'm no longer a fan, I have to specify that, I'm no longer a fan of soapy scents. I used to love fragrances like White Linen from Estee Lauder, but about a year ago something changed, and I'm just not into soapy scents. I do still love my Chanel No. 5. Don't get me wrong, I love that fragrance. That fragrance is so much more than soap and aldehydes. That fragrance is magical. Vanilla, jasmine, indolic jasmine, civet. It's a truly special scent. But this one, what I get with this one, with Jovan Musk, I only get soapiness. A clean, soapy musk. Pleasant, inoffensive. And it's a great fragrance. It's just not something that I've been wearing lately. But don't get me wrong, I'm not decluttering any of these scents. These are 100% staying in my collection, either for reference or because I used to wear them, and when I used to love something, I always wanted to retry it in the future. So I'm keeping all of these fragrances. I only have about, I would say, 10 to 15 fragrances in my collection that I don't wear regularly. But other than that, I wear everything. That's why I keep it. That's how I curate my collection. Would you like to see a video on me curating my collection? I've just seen the Perfume Journal do a video on curating a perfume collection this afternoon, so that's why it came to mind. Anyway, I need to share another fragrance, which is also soapy. That's why I'm not wearing it. And this one is Cassandra from Jeanne, which is kind of a very affordable brand. You can get this online for around 5 to 10 euros. I didn't buy it. It was gifted to me by another friend who lives in Portugal. And I do really love the scent because it reminds me of Chanel No. 5. It smells a lot like Chanel No. 5. And I've been wearing this one to bed. So I tell a lie when I say I haven't been wearing it. I do wear it, but I don't wear it as my scent of the day, if you know what I mean. So this one definitely needs to be worn as my scent of the day as well. I'll try wearing it. If not, I'll just use it up as my bedtime scent, because by the time it dries down, it's a beautiful, soft, comforting, musky, vanillic, slightly soapy scent, but not, this one's not too soapy in the dry down. Okay, so last but not least, are you ready for this one? I'm ashamed to be talking about this one in this context, because I should be wearing it, I should be reaching for it, because it's one of the scents that really kick-started my channel. This was the first video that I did when I started my channel back in 2022. The video is super bad. Don't watch it. The quality is terrible. I didn't even have a microphone. I was just using my iPhone at the time, but I digress. I'm talking about Jil Sander Sun. This is a beautiful, tropical, vanillic, vintage style fragrance. This one's from the 80s, I believe, and it does smell like a suntan lotion. It also smells a lot like Lulu from Cassandra. So if you like that plasticky, white floral vanilla scent with just a tinge of incense and heliotrope as well, and I think it also has some benzoin. It's also ambery. It's a very unusual summer fragrance, but I have to say I really like the scent. I'm just not reaching for it, and that needs to change. I need to wear this one more because it's beautiful. And on that note, I think this concludes my video. Thank you so much for watching. Please let me know in the comments what fragrances you need to give a bit more love to, and I hope you have a nice weekend. So thanks for watching again. Bye.